Hello everyone, welcome. Thank you for clicking onto this video. I am casting on here on YouTube and on Instagram, and thank you so much for joining me on my first ever knitting podcast. So I'm going to do the traditional knitting podcast format. I'm going to start with my finished objects and then get into my work in progresses and then talk about my future plans. I am so excited. Let's get started. So for my first knitting podcast, I thought maybe I could show you everything I've made, and it's not a lot, but it's a lot for me. So let's start with what I'm wearing. So it's this bolero. I followed a knitting pattern by Tatting Blossom on YouTube. She has the cutest free knitting patterns. It is in Korean, but she does post captions and write on the video the English instructions. So it was very easy to follow. Look how cute. It's great to keep warm. I just wear it inside the house. This is so cozy and it keeps you warm. So this yarn is 100% acrylic by Charity Yarns, and it's in the color hibiscus, and I think it's a very cute color. I like it. So let's move on to the next object. So the next object is this sweater that I made. I followed Kate Biaz's YouTube video on how to knit a raglan. I'm not sure what the title is called, but I will write everything down on the screen. And it was very easy to follow. It is also 100% acrylic. The yarn is Al Bleu. It's an Aran weight, and the color is, let me just confirm. So the color is Brandy, color 047. It's an Aran weight yarn, and for this project I used a 5mm needle for the body, and then for the ribbing I used 4mm. And it was it's like very simple to follow. It's a raglan construction, as you can see, and very easy. The only thing I would change is the casting off for the body. I did a regular cast off and it's very tight, as you can see. It's not stretchy. So, and I wanted more of like a relaxed fit at the bottom, and I am thinking of going back and knitting it, but you know, with fluffy yarn it's very hard to unravel and do all that. But I do have extra yarn, so I can still do it if I want, but it fits very well, so I have no issue with that. And it doesn't show that the bottom is tight, but I don't like the fact that it is, but it's not an issue, and I really like her. So yeah, let's move on to the next finished object. Sorry, I am filming on my iPad, so I'm looking at me instead of the camera, so I'll try to look more at the camera. But anyways, here the next work in progress is this vest. It's a front tie vest, and I followed, I'm not sure who it is, but I'll link it up. I'll link everything in the description and put on the screen. But yeah, I don't like this vest as much. I don't wear it as much as well, so I'm thinking of unraveling it and putting this yarn into another project. So the yarn I used is coffee cotton. It says the color is beige, but it does not look like a beige. It looks more like a brown. Yes, as you can see. And yeah, it was in the video, again, there's a free pattern. In the video she shows you how to do the calculations and everything, so it's pretty easy to understand. I think because I wanted a vest a bit more looser, like with more positive ease. This doesn't have a lot of positive ease, so if I had to make make it again, I think I'll make it with more positive ease and maybe more a more fun color, because this is brown and I don't know how to style it. You would think the most basic colors you can style easily, but I think with fun colors you can style easily, because you can just have a basic base, and then what you style it in, if it has color, it just brings the whole outfit together, for me, my personal opinion. But anyways, yes, I am going to unravel this for another project, and I will talk about it in my knitting plans. So let's move on to the next project. The next one is this top. It's the Caro top. I'm not sure who's it by, I totally forgot. But yes, I didn't use the recommended needle size. I think I was supposed to use a 4mm, and I used 3 because I couldn't find my 4mm. And I think this took me less than a week to make. So basically I wanted to make a loungewear set, and I wanted like an oversized shirt, and this is not her. I never wear her, so I'm also going to unravel this into a project also that I'm going to wear and feel comfortable in. It is the same yarn I used for that vest, and I don't like her. I really don't. And I tried my best. Like, I steamed the heck out of this project, and it was too tight and I was uncomfortable. I did not like it. So I am going to unravel this also and put it in a finished garment that I'll actually wear. So yes. And next project. So I made this. I think this is also a free pattern. I'm not sure. Like, I made these long ago, so I really remember what designs and projects I used. So this, I made it for my firstborn son. I think size 4 to 5. It still fits him. And the yarn is 100% acrylic. They don't react or anything. Like, the yarn is very soft. It's the same yarn, Charity, that I used as this one. It's very pretty. So I basically, the base of that pattern, for the pattern, I just use it for the sweater. And then for this bear design, I found a motif on Pinterest. So my idea back in the day was putting bears everywhere, but then I got lazy. So I just duplicate stitched the motif, and I think it looks great. Like, I think I should have went on and put like the bears everywhere. I think that would have looked very cute. And yes, I don't even remember what needle size I used. I don't remember a lot because I made this like almost 2 years ago, so it's escaping me. And then I made another one for my second-born son. These two sweaters, I made it when I was like maybe a month postpartum, so it's quite a long time, and I wanted them to match, and I wanted to do the same. I did the same thing for the motif. The only thing I didn't do for this version is I didn't do the German short rows at the back. I didn't think it was necessary, but after I was done, it was riding up a bit, so I was like, I should have done the German short rows on the baby one, because I did the German short rows for this one. And you can tell which one's the front and the back. And then this, I didn't do German short rows. You can see it doesn't show as much. So I think if I had to make this pattern, you need your German short rows, especially in kid knits, because it ends up riding up and it's uncomfortable for them. And it's the exact same yarn as this one. It's literally a matching combo. I think it's the cutest thing I've ever made for my kids, and this is so wholesome. And I think this is like, it can be passed down to their kids where they're like firstborns or something, but this is very cute. I love it. And yeah, so the next thing I made is for my nephew, and I made it this year. So this is the most recent, well, not the most recent, well, the first baby knit of this year, and it's the Holga, let me just confirm. Okay, so it's the Holga sweater by Petite Knit. It's my first ever Petite Knit pattern that I tried this year. I did a size 1 to 2 years, and the yarn I used, again, it's 100% acrylic. It's the same brand, L Yarns, Charity Yarn. So the colors I did is white, wine, pine, navy, and sax blue. Very cute. I learned a lot from this pattern. I learned how to knit stripes in the round. I learned how to do, I think it's double stitches for when you're binding off here. I used DPNs for the first time on this sweater. My first time doing a folded collar. I think I did a pretty good job. And I think this is a very cute pattern, very easy to follow. Petite knits patterns are very easy to follow, and I highly recommend, especially also for beginners. Very easy to understand. And let's move on to my crochet projects. Yay! I also crochet, but recently I haven't been crocheting as much because I don't enjoy crocheting as much as knitting. I think it's because I really burnt myself out last year because I was only crocheting last year. I was crocheting gifts. I crocheted so much, but now I don't really crochet as much anymore. I don't even remember. I think the last thing I crocheted was a flower bouquet blanket, and that was a Eid gift for a family friend. So yes, I think that was the last thing, but let me show you my crochet projects. So this is the first one. It's a sweater. I will again link everything. I made this so long ago, I don't even remember what it's called, but it's the charity yarn as well, in the color lilac. It's a very cute, very pretty, very easy. I think it took me like 3 days to make this, because even though this is a DK weight yarn, I use I think a 15 or a 12 millimeter hooks. It didn't take long. It really did not. It's very fast. So I recommend, if you want to make a very quick sweater, definitely make this one. And I have worn this quite a bit. I'll even show you guys pictures of me wearing it and everything. It's very cute. I love it. And oversized, and it's a turtleneck, and it's perfect. I feel like I'm speeding through this a lot, but it's okay. It's my first podcast. But yeah, this is the next sweater that I made. And let's go to the next crochet object. Okay, so the next object I made is this poncho. I think this has to be my favorite thing I made. So this is the front. You can see it's shorter in the front and longer in the back. It's like this, yes. And then I just crocheted pearls. Those pearls took so long to crochet because the holes of the pearls are very thin. So trying to get the yarn through was very difficult, but I managed. And this is 100% acrylic yarn also, and it's in the color wine, I'm guessing. No, it's not in the color wine. Sorry, don't quote me on that. It's not the color wine. I don't remember the color, but it's a very beautiful red. So basically, yes, it didn't take me long. Also, I think the only thing that took long was adding the pearls. But this is very easy to make. So what I did is I casted on a certain amount. Sorry, I chained. I'm mixing knitting and crochet terms. I chained a certain amount, and then I worked back and forth till I reached a certain length of the back, and then I crocheted to like the neck part, and then I chained. Let me show you. I crocheted to like the neck part, and then I chained however many stitches I was going to skip, and then I crocheted all the way here, and then I went back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. So it's not sewn, it's all one piece, and it's very easy to do. And yes, very cute. I really like her. I haven't worn it as much, but I do have pictures of me in this poncho. So yes, and I am thinking of making more ponchos, but I don't think it'll be crochet because I'm so sick and tired of crochet. I did it way too much. Anyways, and my last finished, well, not my last finished object. Let me just talk. I was about to forget this finished object. Okay, so I did a test knit for Made by Janina on Instagram, and it was for her romper. It had like I'll post a picture of how it looks like. The yarn I used for this project is coffee cotton in the color pink. I'm not sure what color, but it was in the color pink, and I gifted it to my niece, and it turned out very cute. It's meant to be an oversized fit. So you start from the bottom, you work from the bottom, and then you work your way up. So you start with the ruffles first, and then you decrease. Then you work the legs, and then you work the body, split for the front and back and everything. And then you pick up stitches here for the ruffles. And that was a very easy project. It was very cute, and I loved it. And that was my first ever test knit, so it was exciting. Okay, so the next finished object is this. I followed someone's TikTok video. I'm not sure what her name is. I don't even know. I don't have TikTok anymore, so I don't even know what her name is and what I did, but it's a raglan construction, so it's very easy to make. And yes, and this color is the same color I made for that romper. So yeah, I don't have much thoughts on this project. It's inside out, sorry. I don't have much thoughts on this project. I don't style this as much, and I feel like I should because it's very cute, and I'm thinking of selling it. But if I don't manage or end up selling it, then I'll just unravel and put it in a project that I'll actually wear. But yes, I literally don't have thoughts on this. I made it long ago. I don't remember anything. So yes, so that was my last finished object, and let's move on to a very exciting work in progress. As I'm so excited for this because I have been working on something that's my pride and joy. I'm designing my own pattern, and it's very exciting. So I am designing this cardigan type. It has ruffles, it ties in the front, and let me show you. I don't know if you can see nicely. It's supposed to be like a front tie ruffle design. So basically this is top-down construction. So you start with the back panel, you work German short rows to, and then you continue knitting to a certain, so basically till the underarm, and then you pick up for the front and you rapidly increase. When you reach a certain point, you rapidly decrease, and then you pick up stitches for the ruffles. And then you work the sleeves, and I did I-cord bind off. And I'm still not, the reason why it's a work in progress, I'm still not sure done. I'm still not sure how to bind off this, because I want like, I don't want it to roll too much, but I want like a rolling situation, and I don't know how to do that. This is my first, I'm exploring a lot with this project. It is my first ever design. And then I had worked the front tie and the collar, and I will show you videos and pictures of how it looked like. So basically it was very bulky, like the ties were very bulky, and I'm thinking of making the ties an I-cord so it looks very cute and like simple and not too much going on in the front. But she is very cute. I think it turned out very well. The yarn is coffee cotton, and I think coffee cotton is 60% cotton and 40% acrylic. I'm not sure, but I think it turned out well. And it's the same yarn as the romper and the pink front tie one, and I have no issues. And basically with the sleeves, it also has a decreases. I don't know if you can see. I need to steam it because of all these wrinkles, because it's been in my project bag for so long. Yeah, it's not like a huge decrease, but you can see. And I really like the way it looks. I'm so excited, and I hope I've already started writing the pattern, and I hope I am brave enough to actually go through with this. And she is my pride and joy. I'm still thinking of a name, and I have a lot of notes on her. Oops, sorry. I have a lot of notes on her, as you can see. So many pages, because I am learning a lot with this project. So yes, let's move on to the next work in progress. So the next work in progress is the Stripe Overload Polo Kid by Spectacle Strick. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. So it's this construction. It's a raglan construction, so you start with the collar, and it's very cute. And let me talk about the construction. I'm getting distracted. So I'm making the size 6 years for my firstborn. So you start with the collar, then you work the raglan with German short rows, then you split for the sleeves, work the body, then you do the decreases for the sleeves. Sorry about that. And I like the progress. I haven't picked this up in so long. Let me even look at my notes. I didn't even write when I started this project. I started at the beginning of this year, but I've been so lazy to do it because the yarn, so the darker green yarn was on another project, and I used that project double-stranded, so just unraveling and splitting, it's just a headache. But let me talk about the yarn. So the light green is 100% acrylic charity lime drop, and the dark green is 100% acrylic charity pine. And as you can see, I'm stash busting this year. I'm trying to use all my yarns that I'm not using, and I finally unraveled some to finish the sleeve and then pick up for the next sleeve. So yes, this is what I'm going to be working on now, because I was working on another work in progress, which I'm going to talk about after this. I was working on that, and then I ran out of yarn. I need to order more yarn, so I'm picking this up again, and I'm going to push myself to finish this in a week, and hopefully I do it, because it's winter now and I need my son to be feeling warm, and you know acrylic is warm, so I know my son is going to be warm and cozy. For the next work in progress, I feel like everyone has made this, everyone and their mom has made this, and it's the cutest. And let me just show you guys. Oh, look how beautiful this is. So let me talk about her, because she is interesting. So the yarn I used is Kismet strawberry and cream, and okay, it's in the color 416. I did not do a gauge swatch for this at all. So the fiber material is 85% recycled cotton and 15% polyester. I did not do a gauge swatch, and I feel like I should have, because now I'm stressing out because I don't know if this is going to block out well. And when I made the back panel, I made it way too big, and I had to unravel a lot, and basically I made so many modifications on this. With the sleeves, I decreased. So you're supposed to pick up, let me see. The sleeves, I think you're supposed to pick up like 100 and something. I did not. I picked up 91 stitches, and then on the first round, I decreased 7 times so I can have 84 stitches, so it can go with the pattern repeat. And that's what I did, and it worked out very well. For the sleeve, it reaches a good size. For the collar, I did do, as she said, like the double knit, but it looked weird. I don't know what I did wrong. It kept on rising at the back, like the collar was like rising at the back. I don't know what I did. So I ended up going with what is it? So I ended up going with a rolled collar, and I don't think it looks bad. I think I'm gonna go back and make it a bit higher, the rolled collar. And yes, when I tried it on, it looked good. I'll show you pictures and everything. It looked good. There was no issue with the rolled collar. And I'm literally, so this is all 300 grams of yarn. This only is 300 grams of yarn, which is crazy. So I ordered 4 more balls to be on the safe side. So I know 1 ball is going to be for the sleeves, and then I'm thinking maybe 2 balls for the body, and I bought extra just in case if I needed extra, so I can knit it to the size I want with no issues. And I heavily modified this. You're supposed to have like a certain amount. Oh my gosh, can you please give me a second while I fix this, because fixing lace pattern is a nightmare. Okay, I fixed it. So with lace pattern, it's very hard to fix, especially if it's your first time doing lace work. So when I did the back panel, I made a mistake, and I tried to let it back down, but I couldn't understand the pattern repeats here, so I had to frog everything and start again from the beginning. And then for the front panels, I made a mistake, and I was like, I'm not frogging again. So I finally figured out, and I laddered down, and then I used double pointed needles, and I did it. I figured it out. So now when I make a mistake, it's very easy to do, because then I understand where the yarn overs are and the knit two togethers. So I learned a lot with this. And yes, I started this on the 21st of June, and it took me a while with the sleeves because a lot of things came up. So I literally have everything dated. You can see of when I started a new milestone per se. So for the sleeve, I started the sleeve on the 1st of July, and today's the 7th. So I finished the sleeve yesterday. So it took me 7 days to do the sleeve because a lot of things came up, and it's not supposed to take this long. But she's done. So when I get more yarn, I'm going to work on this other sleeve and then continue for the body. And yes, let's move on to the next work in progress, the final work in progress, which are these loungewear pants. And they're a self-drafted pattern. Very easy. I did German short rows for the back so you can rise up a bit, and then I did a double folded waistband with like a cute purling design. And I didn't have that thick elastic, so I just took elastic thread and I chained so I can make it a bit thick, and then I added it in. That's why it kind of looks funny, but when it's on, it looks very cute. The yarn I'm using is the same yarn as those two finished objects, coffee cotton in the color beige. But yes, so I'm thinking of making a lounge set for around the house, and hopefully I get it done before winter finishes, because right now we're in winter. But anyways, I hope I finish it before winter. I think it looks good, and right now it's on pause to my knitting plans. So there's this pattern I really want to make. It's the Talia cardigan by Pearl by Ray. I'll show you a picture here. Very beautiful. And I'm thinking of using I have this yarn, Al Blur. It's fuzzy yarn like that pink sweater I just showed you. It's this Al Blur, and I forgot the color. I have more yarn, but I'm too lazy to go get because it's in the other room. But I will put up the name and the color and everything. It's like a fuzzy yarn, and I think this will look very pretty on that cardigan. And I'm so excited to start making this. It's going to be my second lace pattern. I saw someone make this. I think her name is Red Bean on YouTube, and she said that unraveling, there were a lot of mistakes she made, and she had to lather down a lot because there were a lot of mistakes. And from that video, when I saw this pattern, I was like, she is gorgeous. I need to make this cardigan. And from what I understood from that video, it's worked bottom up. So you finish like the body part, and then you do the sleeves, and then you join the sleeves to the body. You join the sleeves to the body part, and then you work the top. So you cannot try it on up until the very end. And I think I'm okay with that. I usually don't like patterns like that because I like trying on to see how it fits. So, but with this, I need it. I think it's a very beautiful pattern. And my next knitting plan is I'm thinking of making Tea number 1 by My Favorite Things Knitwear in this color here. Like I said, I want a lounge set, so I want like an oversized top with a matching top and bottom. So that is the plan. I am going to make it. It's going to be so cute. So yeah, and then my next knitting plan, it is the Zipper Sweater Light by Petite Knit. I'm gonna make it in coffee cotton in the color black. I'm gonna do size 6 to 7. This is gonna be for my firstborn son. I think it's going to look very, very sophisticated on my son. And I also really want to get started on this project. It is everything I've been knitting, everything I've knitted. If you enjoy cozy knitting chats, pattern discussions, anything fiber arts, I'll love it if you guys can subscribe and join me in future videos. Thank you so much for clicking on this video, and I will see you guys next time.